Hey, my lovely people, welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, y'all know we're getting into even more hot jobs. Okay, you know I'm bearing hot job gifts. Okay, so the very first job we're going to get into is through Intuit. If you're not familiar with Intuit, that is the parent company that owns and operates TurboTax, Credit Karma, Mint, QuickBooks, and even MailChimp. I'm pretty sure if you're in the United States, you've probably heard of one of those five different software providers. So yes, Intuit is the parent company that owns all of them. All right. So today we're going to get right into a really good job through Intuit. And this job is going to be specifically with QuickBooks. Okay. So the actual job is the digital sales consulting inbound job, okay? It is a fully remote position, all right? So you can be sitting anywhere in the United States and apply for this job. So here it just goes over some of the company's overview of the actual company, the different softwares that they do provide, and what their mission kind of is. So Intuit really honestly definitely does provide services to regular consumers as well as small businesses. Their niche is really ordinary people and really small businesses or mid-sized businesses. All right. So moving down, just coming into some of what this job will entail. So within this role, you will be handling inbound sell calls regarding QuickBooks and getting people enrolled in QuickBooks. Okay, if you don't know what QuickBooks is, QuickBooks help you keep track of your mileage. If you have to drive, say like Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, right? It helps them keep track of the mileage. It also helps you keep track of anything that you spend for business purposes. It also helps you run payroll. So there is a slew of different things that QuickBooks does. It acts as a bookkeeper, it acts as a payroll software, it acts as a lot of different things for businesses. All right. So within this role, you will just be basically talking to new small business owners who are looking to get into QuickBooks or established small business owners and higher ups, executives of small businesses who is looking to transfer over to QuickBooks. So some of the requirements that they're looking for is just that you are enthusiastic, you're a self-starter, that you're really just personable, that you can kind of look at something, identify the needs, and come up with an innovative solution surrounding those needs, because you will be talking to people, and when you talk to them, they are going to be providing your needs. Like, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for a payroll system. I have 3 employees, I need to get them set up, they're sitting in different places. Can you help with that? So you're going to definitely need to have that understanding of being able to go to the second step, finding that solution. Now, they will train you really, really well in all of their products. So you will understand and know what you can offer people when they call. Okay. They also just have here that you're a great multitasker, that you are also just one of those type of people that like to self-learn. You like to try to learn new things. You communicate well, written and verbal communication. And then they also have here that, you're just confident in what you know. If you do know or have a background in business, small business, startups, or even business to business sales, that's great as well. Being able to leverage objections, and what objections are: if somebody calls in and says, they're already calling for a business need. But some people might call in and say, I'm looking for a bookkeeping service. I am also looking for a payroll provider, but I'm basically looking at my options right now. I'm not sure that I'm going to go with QuickBooks. So they'll explain that to you, and they do train you on how to overcome objections when people call in and try to basically give you an objection. They show you how to get over that. And they just want to make sure that you're going to be okay with that, because that does happen within sales. So down here to some of the qualifications, they are just looking for 1 year of SaaS sales experience or 2 years of sales experience. Okay, so these are for my sales people. If you do have sales or even any customer service background within the last 2 years, this is a great job for you. If you don't have any experience and you're completely entry level, stay tuned because I do have other jobs that I will be talking about on this video that will be specifically for you, for entry level people that have no experience, and you can be sitting anywhere in the United States. Okay, y'all know I got y'all and I'm coming through with fire. So also make sure you become a part of the family by subscribing to the channel, turning that bell notification on, and making sure you click all so that you're notified every single time I drop a video so you don't miss any of these hot job leads or any job leads that really align with your background and your experience. I want you to be able to get them, to apply to them as soon as I drop them so you can get in the door. Okay, I don't want you to miss any of them. So make sure you're locked in by subscribing and you're a part of the family. All right. So some of the other qualifications that this job does provide is understanding a pipeline experience, and that's just like a sales pipeline from start to finish. They will also train you on that. But if you do have a background of understanding how sales work, right? And basically from the start to the end. And what that might be is like a person clicks on something on a website or an email or an ad, and then from there they go to a page that requires them to put in their email, and then from there they have a button that says you can chat with an associate, right? So they just want to make sure that you have the understanding of those processes and those steps. They will also train you on their specific sales cycle and how that works so that when you get calls you'll know where that person is in the sales cycle. Okay, the next one is just strong computer skills, just making sure that you know how to navigate a computer really well and use tools good. They also just have here written and verbal communication in a very professional manner. That's excellent and a plus as well because you will be on and off the phone with business owners. So they want to make sure that you can relay information and obtain information really well. Typing, if you know how to type really well, that's great too, because you might have to put notes in as you're on the phone. And point of service sales and payment, like credit cards, if you know payment systems, that's a plus as well. If you do have any experience with sales quotas and being able to meet sell quotas, exceed sell quotas, that's great as well. And if you do have any prior negotiation skills. So if you have been in sales, a lot of this is going to make a lot of sense. If you have not, I do, like I said, have other jobs for you that are completely entry level. All right. Now, this also just has the 2 years of sales experience, but that can also be customer service. Literally, sales is customer service. You have to get on the phone and understand and know how to talk to people. That's really it, okay? They kind of train you on the probes and how to overcome objections and things like that. But really, the main 95% of sales is customer service. So if you have any type of sales or customer service background, you can still apply for this position. I don't want you guys to think that you can't just because it says that. All right. And then some of the responsibilities. So you will be just basically that first point of contact for their QuickBooks sales. Okay. So you will be just taking inbound calls regarding questions about QuickBooks from small business owners and operators. All right. So just getting a little more into this role, they are paying anywhere from about $54,000 all the way up to $79,000 for this role. So this is a really good remote work from home role if you do have any prior sales or customer service experience. Okay. Once again, this is the digital sales consulting inbound remote position. All right. And then here is the job ID here. You would just come over and apply for this position. Now, getting over into the second position that I have with Intuit, this is the digital sales consulting outbound remote position, okay? And here is the job ID for this one. Now, this is a little different. It's similar to the previous job, the first job we went over. However, this job is really focusing on outbound calls. So Intuit might get leads from like online advertisements or banners or something. Okay, they'll get people who will maybe show that they're interested by putting in an email or calling or doing an action, but they won't follow through, okay, with actually talking to somebody or setting up an account or something like that. So you will be responsible to just call them, understand what their need is, and try to get them on board and set up with the product that they need. Okay. So the responsibilities are making outbound calls. They also do have here just understanding the sales cycle that is in excess of 45 days, which means it might be something where the person actually made an interest, right? Or said that they were interested in one of these products maybe a month and a half ago or more. And just being able to call them to try to see if they will get back on board to actually get the software. So this is more of an outbound where you'll be making outbound calls, sales calls based on leads that they did get for different type of services that they provide. Now this role is paying anywhere between $22 an hour all the way up to about $33 an hour. So keep that in mind when you do apply for this. You would also be eligible for cash bonuses and different benefits as well. And with a lot of those jobs, you're also eligible for commission. Okay, so it's the base pay plus the commission. All right, so if this is something you're interested in and you don't mind the outbound calls, all right, you can definitely go and apply for this. Once again, this is the digital sales consulting outbound remote role. And just going into some of Intuit benefits, they do offer the health, the medical, the dental. They do have vision as well, the healthcare savings accounts. All right, and they also do offer very big suite of benefits. Okay, so you have all kind of things. They also do offer the 401k as well. So definitely get over and apply if this is something that interests you and your background. Okay, so moving on to our next job. This job is with TeamHealth. TeamHealth is an outsourcing company that hires people in-house to supply really great talent to the health system. Okay, now they are a really good hidden gem. They really do provide a lot of good remote positions in so many different areas. And a lot of their positions do not require a lot of experience. Okay. So the first role that we're going to get into is the pre-boarding specialist. All right. And this just gets a little more into the actual company and what the company is about. So with this role, you will be responsible for inputting the physician's notes, okay? And basically it's more so of a data entry position. You'll be getting the notes from the physician and entering them into the system. You'll be documenting and maintaining a lot of the different touch points within the database that need to be completed when completing data entry for the medical notes. You'll also be just uploading documents as needed and making sure that the physician notes are accurate, they make sense, and they're up to date. You will also be working with the onboarding specialist and clinician servicing team as well. And you will be just also assisting with onboarding new physicians. You will also just oversee the process and any physicians that do not meet their standards, escalating those people up to your management to make sure that they do meet the proper requirements. And then they just have some things here, like you will be preparing reports, you will be supporting the department as necessary, you will be attending meetings, you will be participating in various projects, and you will be a part of a team and expected to just work as a team player. All right, moving down to some of the requirements for this role. As you see, they don't have an educational requirement. If you do have experience in the healthcare, that is preferred. You do not need it though. It does not say it's a requirement. at all. It's preferred. It's a plus if you do, but you don't need it. If you have some college, that is preferred, but once again, you do not need it. The ability to work independently and remote in a fast-paced environment, that is definitely something that you're going to need. They're going to want to make sure that you're able to just work independently at home and you don't have to have somebody over top of you managing you all the time, that you can kind of take that self-assertion and do what needs to be done. They also want to make sure that you have really good verbal and written communication, that you are also up to par with the basic Microsoft Office, Word, and Excel, that you're organized, because within a fast-paced medical office, there is a lot of moving parts. So you definitely have to be organized. They want to make sure that you're a multitasker, that you're okay with adaptation to change. They also want to make sure that you're able to handle confidential information, because you will be dealing with people's charts, you will be dealing with physicians licensing their information, their demographical information. So they want to make sure that you will be okay with handling confidential information. All right. So if this job definitely does resonate with you and your background, make sure you get over and you apply for this role. I do have other roles as well through TeamHealth. So we're going to get into the second role with TeamHealth. And this role is the provider enrollment representative. All right. Now, this role is fully remote. Y'all know I'm coming through with the fully work from home jobs. I'm telling y'all. So this role is more of a provider enrollment. You will be enrolling providers, okay? You'll also be doing clerical duties, special projects, and just general tasks that are assigned as your supervisor sees fit. But for the most part, in the gist of your actual role, you will be enrolling new providers and making sure their applications, their licensing, and everything lines up, and that you have everything to allow them to start. So some of those things and responsibilities that you will be doing on a daily basis is preparing applications for mailing. You will also be working with the specialist and your supervisor to prepare necessary documents for insurance that will include like the provider number and different provider information. In addition to that, you will be assisting with making sure that the providers are enrolled with new carriers, insurance companies, and that might also include making sure that you have their provider number, making sure you have their tax ID number. Now, what I will say with hospital jobs, insurance, and a lot of like customer service jobs, you will be fully trained. They do train you really well. So you're going to definitely have a really vast knowledge of what needs to be done on a day to day. So within this role, you will be looking through incoming mail and then also distributing it to different locations. Now, a lot of times with health providers, all of their systems are digital. So even when mail is normally scanned in for you to see it at that point and then divvy it out where it needs to go. Some of the other things is just maintaining really good provider files, preparing W-9 forms, and really just being a part of that onboarding team. Your basis of the job is really helping new providers onboard and getting them set up with insurance carriers. Okay. So some of the things here that they have as like basic requirements is just to make sure that you're really, really accurate and you pay attention to detail. All right. They also want to make sure that you're great with oral and written communication, that you can type a minimum of like 45 to 50 words per minute, that you have good computer toggling skills. You can move between different softwares that you do know, like the Microsoft Office, Word, those things. That you really have a good sense of problem solving, because when you do have that problem solving sense, you will move to that next level. And then they have here that the minimum is just a high school diploma or equivalent. You do not need a degree or anything like that. Now, they do have 1 year of experience in a business setting with fundamental clerical skills, or preferably with medical or provider enrollment background. If you do have that, that's great, but you don't need it. All right. So this is once again the provider enrollment representative, and you can come and apply here. I do have other entry level jobs, so we're going to get through that as well through TeamHealth. Okay, so this next one is the patient engagement representative, ARS role. Now, with this role, the first thing that they get into is the flexible schedules. It is a Monday through Friday schedule. The pay is $17.50 an hour. It is fully remote. They do provide the health, dental, and vision insurance, 401k, generous PTO time, 8 paid holidays. You get the flexible spending account, growth opportunities, free parking, though it's remote. Okay. Now, within this role, you would actually be the person who receives all of the written complaints, okay? And that would be from your customers. It would be from customers, agents, vendors, providers, administrators, and even special projects, okay? You will be just in charge of getting written complaints and coming up with solutions of problem solving and how to solution them, all right? Moving down to some of the responsibilities, you will be documenting customer inquiries, disputes, complaints, or requests within different systems. You will be reviewing account records, files, and documents to obtain the necessary information to be able to respond and resolve whatever the complaint is. All right. You will be communicating with the clients and customers as needed throughout the time that you're actually like investigating the complaint. You will be learning and applying applicable federal, state, local laws, regulations, and guidelines. And this, they will give you that information so you will know what you can and cannot do and how you can and cannot handle something. Okay. Handle and analyze and process correspondence. You will be there to entering things because as they call in, you would have to take the complaint. That's a note. You would have to follow up to find information and research things regarding the complaint. Other responsibility is just operating office machines such as photocopier and scanners, voicemail systems, and personal computers. So you will just be in charge of doing that. You might have to talk to IT when things go down and figure out and solution those. Report issues, make suggestions, and share with management any opportunity to improve operations. Okay. Other duties as well. Because you're going to be the frontline person of getting these complaints, you're going to be able to see different patterns like, oh, people are calling in and complaining about this specific provider a lot, this doctor a lot, or this facility a lot, or these nurses a lot. So you're going to be the first point of contact. So they want to make sure that you know that you will also just have that role of being able to report issues so that they can kind of try and make things better. Some of the requirements is just being fast and accurate with data entry, being able to type really quickly to get things in as you're talking with people, having real good oral communication skills and written communication skills, effective problem solving skills, so being able to go to that second step, the ability to work in a dynamic environment, also being proficient in Outlook, Word, and Excel, and just being personable because you will be on the phone with people. You will also be dealing with irate callers and dealing with irate people that are complaining about something. They want to make sure that you're just personable and you can bring people down. All right. So the educational requirement is just a minimum of the high school diploma or equivalent. So that could be a GED or something of that sort. And then any experience, they have 6 months experience working in an office environment is preferred, but it is not required. Okay. And then here it just says that the job does entail just having a working computer, and being able to be in a stationary position for at least 50% of your time. So you don't even need to work specifically at home. You can work at a coffee shop. You can travel abroad and work. You can work wherever. They just want to make sure that you're not going to be up and down all the time, but that at least 50% you'll be stationary in one spot. All right. So here is once again the patient engagement representative, ARS. This is the title for this job. And then you would just come and apply. Okay. You can be sitting anywhere in the United States. So I hope these jobs definitely helped you on your career search journey. If for any reason these jobs did not align with you and your background, definitely hit me up in the comments and let me know specifically what you're looking for, and we can see how we can solution it, okay? In the meantime, make sure you become a part of the family by subscribing to the channel, turning that bell notification on, and clicking all so that you're notified every single time I post a video and you do not miss these hot job leads. I do not want y'all to miss out on something that will be a great fit for you and your lifestyle and will give you great benefits and great money, okay? Make sure that you're always negotiating your worth and negotiating your rate as well. And make sure you stay thriving throughout this career journey, all right? I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.